should be a bar. I don't know. It depends where it is.
That's true. Can we steal this extra chair we got one of the guys?
Aaron's sitting over there, unless. Yeah. Yeah, Aaron was sitting over there.
Is he doing the game?
Yeah, I believe he's I believe he's doing something for a newspaper. Maybe I don't know. I don't know why he was in here. You see him asking. Yeah, I don't know what Aaron was doing in here. He literally asked if we were calling the game, and then just sat in that chair.
Well, he took his laptop. Oh, his bag's there.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure what he's. I guess he must be doing. Like I said, he must be doing something for the newspaper. Hello and welcome here to WTOP-10's coverage of this SUNY Oswego men's lacrosse game as the Lakers take on the Plattsburgh Cardinals. Brandon Ash joined here by my man,
Cordell Sherwood, good to be here.
Cordell. We are definitely in for a treat here, to say the least.
Yeah, we got a great matchup for you today in the SUNYAC Conference. Plattsburgh is coming into this game 5-6, 2-1 in the SUNYAC Conference, while Oswego State is currently 7-2 and looks to remain perfect in the SUNYAC at 2-0 right now.
Now, this game is definitely something to at least, if it wins, it changes the record books. Oswego has yet to beat Plattsburgh since April 18th, 2009, so almost 10 years to the date since Oswego has beaten Plattsburgh. This is definitely a game that Oswego, especially like you said, staying perfect in the SUNYAC, coming in early, definitely want this game.
Yeah, you got to think that this means a lot to the coaching staff with a losing streak like this to one singular team.
Now, both, like you said before, Oswego is 2-0. Both those games able to score 11 goals, won 11-8 against Brockport and 11-9 Potsdam. So it obviously shows that this Oswego offense has been able to pick it up just a little bit this season.
Yep, they got guys that can put the ball in the back of the net.
And one guy that you obviously have to look at is Bobby Emerson, leading the team in goals with 24 in only 9 games, averaging close to averaging a hat trick every game, just under that about 2.8 mark. So really just coming in and asserting himself as a goal scorer this year.
Yeah, Emerson, definitely a guy who's dangerous when he gets some rhythm going.
And you also have to look at Evan Holfelder. Kid has 17 assists. Again, another one close to averaging 2 assists a game, along with he has 28 points, so 11 goals on the season already for him. Yeah. He's a guy that's really just controlling up top and can find open areas later on in games.
Yeah, good things tend to happen when the ball's in Holfelder's stick. But one thing you're going to want to watch today is Kyle O'Connor at the face-off facts. He's struggled as of late. He's currently 97 and 183 in face-offs, so something to watch here today.
That's actually very surprising. A man is just about 33% at the face-off, at the face-off circle, and still Oswego's finding ways to win. So that just shows how good their defense is, and how, and also at the times when they get their offensive chances, they are exploiting the offensive chances.
Yeah, this defense had some questions at the beginning of the season. Seniors left, guys transferred or didn't come back for whatever reason. But it really seems like they've answered those questions and filled those holes.
100%. I mean, you look at the guys, Keith Manuel, he's really starting to step up a little bit. And then the 3-4 combo between John Petrelli and McElroy really coming in, able to get to the ball. We'll talk a little bit more about the defense right now that anthems are coming on. Make sure you stay tuned for this WTOP-10 broadcast. Thank you and welcome back here. I mean, I think I've said it before on a broadcast, but I am actually a part of that choir that recorded and sung the national anthem. It is our SUNY Oswego State Singers. I've been a part of it now for the last year, and I did it all through my sophomore year and now junior year, so awesome. Coming on 2 years now. So really cool to, hear right before the game starts, to hear some notes that I sang.
Yeah,
so
for sure. That's awesome.
It's cool to just be a part of the Oswego community, to say the least. But back in here, coaches meeting right at center. And what what we were saying before, we were talking a little bit. Plattsburgh comes in with black and white jerseys. A lot of the last few years, they've had a lot of their jerseys are that red with the white. So for them to come in an away game with the black also helps us as broadcasters. You can see the numbers very easily spelled out. And then the white with the green, another great choice for Oswego there. We have the captains meeting at center here. You see just the pretty much the starting lineup comes up as the captains for this Oswego team, along with the Plattsburgh team from the far at the far side. So today,
go ahead.
No, go for it.
So some guys you want to watch for Plattsburgh today are Jack Mullen. He's the lead scorer. He shoots about 74% on the net. He's got 17 goals this year, and he's dangerous. Kevin Litschauer, another guy who good things tend to happen when the ball's in his stick. He's got a team high of 14 assists, and he knows how to scan the field and find open men.
Definitely going to be big here. The two men coming on, as you were saying before, Kyle O'Connor tries to turn around the season at the faceoff circle. David Force, the one on the outside, senior out of Albany. We'll see if David Force can force his way in. We'll see if Kyle O'Connor, like I said, can come out. There's the whistle, and it has started. O'Connor and Force going for it. Picked up by a long stick defender here for Plattsburgh. And they will get the opening position as Joe Flacco. Now, I'm guessing no relation to Joe Flacco, but he actually spelled a little bit differently. He only has one C in the name, but pretty cool to start off. And now Plattsburgh, as I said, will get their first offensive chance. 4 15-minute quarters played here in Division III Lacrosse. Starting at the neutral zone, pass to the outside of Sherwood. I guess no relation there either.
Nope.
Trying to come in with Sherwood, instead passes to the near side from left to right. It's Plattsburgh trying to control. Nice defensive play there, poked up in the air by McElroy, and he's able to retreat back and gets it over to another long stick defender here, Seamus Burns.
Great snag by McElroy there.
McElroy able to read the pass nicely and got there. Now McElroy, nice moving pass as it finds its way to Holfelder. Holfelder now trying to wait for his offense, and Doolin able to help him out. Oswego going to get their first start on here as Dangler runs off and allows for Tim Schaff. Holfelder tries to run to his right. Pass down low to Doolin. Back to Holfelder outside. 13.5 remains here in the first. Still a 0-0 game. Bacon going to take it wide. Gives it over to Dan Doolin. Doolin to Schaff. To Holfelder. Holfelder met right at the middle and finds its way bouncing into the crease. And it's going to be scooped up by the goalie there, Flacco.
Tried to feed Holfelder there in the middle of the crease, and he just got triple checked.
Should I say I believe I read it? I did read it wrong. It is Falco. Excuse me. Falco. Saw it quick. I must apologize. Luckily, I caught it just 2 minutes into the game. But after two good defensive plays by both teams, still a 0-0 score. 12:45 remains. Plattsburgh trying to move in here as Sherwood runs to his left. Shot goes wide. First one back there for Plattsburgh is Carroll, so they'll maintain possession. Started up here now is Carroll. Carroll forced to near side, now comes back. Still has it. Pass on the move. It's in. Goal scored by Connor Wolf, and that will put Plattsburgh up ahead 1-0.
Yeah, Connor Wolf just makes a good cut there across the left side of the crease. His defenders just caught ball watching.
Definitely moved right there and saw, like you said, nice little move to the outside, came back to the inside, and was able to beat O'Donnell on his left side. So Plattsburgh able to notch the first goal of the game just 2.5 minutes in.
Yep, it was just a nice find from behind the cage there. A nice cut there by Wolf.
Now Forrest comes back on. O'Connor still across from him. Both spin 180 degrees, and O'Connor's able to scoop it up. O'Connor uses his speed, and he's going to take it all the way in and gets it over to Gray. Gray's going to run all the way around, decides to start it back up top, and gets it to Schaff at the neutral zone. Hofelder, the one to come on as O'Connor runs off. Hofelder with speed, cuts through 2 defenders, almost tripped. Nice pass, falling down. Now Doolin has it from Emerson, up to Schaff. Nice ball movement to start here. Doolin gets it back, 40 seconds on the shot clock. And now Schaff holds up top. Emerson and Doolin play catch with it. 30 seconds on the shot clock. Doolin tries to run in as he's forced down low to Gray. Hofelder. Hofelder didn't like the look. 20 on the shot clock as Hofelder waits. Hofelder shot goes wide of the net. He's going to try to track it down. And now it's, I believe, shoveled by Plattsburgh, so it will remain Oswego ball. And that actually does count as a new shot clock as it hit the, believe, like I said, side of the net as Hofelder was falling down.
Good hustle play there by Hofelder.
Saw there was only 20 seconds left and made a smart decision to at least get a shot on. Hofelder tries to wait for a cutter. He's met by a defender. Now a flag. Hofelder passed to Doolin. Doolin shot, it's in! What a play by Dan Doolin from the pass on Hofelder. And Doolin is amped up right now as he ties up the game at 1.
Yep. And Hofelder leads the team in assists, and you see why there. It's just what he does so well. He scans the field from behind the cage, and he finds the open man. It was a great cut there as well.
Sometimes Hofelder waits just a little bit too long and he'll get met. That was a time where waiting and controlling the ball, he ended up A, drawing a penalty, and B, resulted in the goal. So the penalty was called against Michael Van Bommel.
And you saw there when the flag was thrown up, the defender kind of just stopped pressuring Hofelder. It kind of surprised him, or I don't know if he was in dismay, but it definitely distracted him.
It was definitely a face guard because he had his stick out and he held the helmet back of Hofelder. So a 1-minute penalty.
Yeah, if you don't put the pressure on Hofelder, it's obvious he'll make you pay. So
forcing O'Connor back on. O'Connor tries to lay on it. He actually ends up tackling Force. And while falling down, O'Connor is able to just kind of knock it away. So Oswego will play with the man up and have possession. Bacon, the one to get the pass, and he's going to start. Waits for Schaff to run on, along with Hofelder. .55 left on the shot clock, 30 seconds left in the penalty. Eric Keel is going to come on. Gray has it at the X to Hofelder. 20 seconds left on the penalty. Gets it back as Keel to Schaff, and now Hofelder. Hofelder, Doolin, down low, it's in!
Nice.
What a play there as Eric Keel runs on and able to get the goal. And also a man-up goal for Oswego puts them ahead 2-1. This crowd, this team, electric right now. I even said before, I woke up feeling dangerous, and it looks like Oswego feels the same way.
yeah, awesome find there from Doolin. And, they just leave the middle wide open, kind of box out in that man-down defense. And there was just an open look there.
I mean, if you had to define how to play lacrosse, that was it right there. Beautiful movement around the arc, was able to pressure in, and especially on that man up, was able to get there. Force able to win it, comes up quickly, and a pass over to Schaffnecker. Schaffnecker is actually, believe, out of the Oswego area as well. So he feels a little bit at home right now.
Local.
That was not correct. On the call there was number 34, Eric Keel. But still, the goal counts and will be a 2-1. Moving the ball around nicely here is Plattsburgh. Fake the pass and cut back here was Carroll. Now trying to direct traffic here. Looks to be Mullen. Mullen tries to charge in, gets past his defender. Pass up top. Try to move in here is Lechauer. Back to the X. Nice spin there. Gets it back to the X. Waiting for anything to open up.
Good recovery by Petrelli.
10 on the shot clock, and now they're going to take it all the way back up. 7 on the shot clock, going to have to pressure. Great play by Dangler. Shot, it's in! With 3 seconds left on the shot clock, goal scored by James Sherwood.
Sherwood just beats Dangler one-on-one and up top around the outside, and no one slides for the help defense. And Sherwood rips a shot off, and it's good. Nothing much to say about that except what's his name? Dangler was beat one-on-one, and the help didn't come. So.
Yeah, you definitely have to expect there with 10 seconds on the shot clock that if you're starting at that point, they're going to try to attack the middle. So, like you said, the help defense not there for Jeffrey Dangler, and a 2-2 game as they tie it up. 8:35 left in the first quarter. O'Connor and Force still there. Force tried to run with it. O'Connor ends up tripping Force with the stick. Everyone's trying to rake at it, and it's scooped up very nicely by Brandon Kloss. Kloss decides to throw it back to another defender, and it's going to go around the way with Burns and O'Donnell, along with Saba. Saba gets to Hohlfelder as it's happened before. And now Oswego's able to start up their usual offense with 55 seconds on the shot clock for them. Doolin tries to charge in, forced to his right as he gets it over to Emerson. Hohlfelder tries to make a spin, defended away nicely. Back to his left, he loses it, and it's scooped up. Good defensive play. Now Bacon trying to attack. Pass originally not grabbed by Falco, but he's able to get it off the bounce. And he comes up all the way with it. Passing it around, ends up leaving it behind him, and Oswego is able to get it as Burns has it, and he's able to scoop it over to O'Donnell. Great defensive play by Oswego there.
Yep, it was a nice man-on-man ride.
Justin Wise, the one that kind of overran the pass. Burns goes all the way to Shaw, somehow gets it over there, as Kyle Smith was right there close to defend it. Instead, Brian Rowe comes on. Brian Rowe with the head of steam. Forced to his right and decides to give it over to Emerson, and now Bacon has it. Bacon forced wide. Bacon comes back in as he's bodied. Just waits for his offense that normally is on. Right now they're holding. Oswego actually getting a few bench players involved today. As Piccinini, the one to run on. Piccinini defended away by 2 defenders. Somehow, good cradling as he's able to run back up and get it to Brian Rowe. 20 seconds on the shot clock now as Oswego tries to move in here off the stick of Boera. Now to Gray. And just kind of cycling around with only 10 seconds left. Not sure why they're waiting so long as Rowe tries to come in on the right. Rowe tried to center it. Oh, what a hit there. Laid out was Kyle Boera waiting for the pass, and Plattsburgh now 2 straight defensive plays, 6 minutes left in this first period.
Yeah.
Or first quarter, I should say.
Rowe just throws a suicide pass in the middle to Boer, and he gets leveled. I mean, you got to expect that with passes in the middle.
Almost on offsides. Plattsburgh able to recognize it, and a quick pass over to Justin Wise as he takes in. And now Plattsburgh going to start it up at the X. To the outside now and decided to get it over to Litschauer. And here is Zach Gill. Gill moves from left to right. Spins back to his left. Oh, puts a man on skates. What a save there by O'Donnell. But it ends up finding a stick of Connor Wolf for Plattsburgh. Tries to find a cutter. Rips a shot. Another big save by O'Donnell. 2 big ones for him there. And now O'Donnell runs around the entire goal and finds its way to Seamus Burns. 5 minutes left in the first quarter. O'Donnell really showed up there. First able to find the ball on the ground, and then the next one able to just get it as it looked like it may have been going over, but right at the helmet, able to make the save.
The defense really's got to be thanking O'Donnell for that one.
Now Schaaf gets the pass on the move from Doolin. Doolin gets it back up top. Hofelder spins back, rips a shot. It's in! A rifle of a shot puts Oswego back ahead. Up 3-2, 4.5 left in this first quarter.
Hofelder doing a great job with the right hand and just pops it in there.
Hofelder, beautiful spin. Looked like he was going to come back to his left. Came right back to the center of the field and just rifled one that looked like Falco couldn't even see it.
This defense should really be thanking O'Donnell for that one, as he saved 2 point-blank shots on goal from just Plattsburgh beating the defenders one-on-one again.
And then comes back 30 seconds later to score. That's the way that you thank your goalie after 2 big saves, is put one in the back of the other goalie's net. Force shoveled it forward. Now tripped is O'Donnell, and they're definitely going to call a push, so it will go to Oswego. 100% saw right there. Force came in on a cross check that O'Connor was not ready for. So now Bacon's going to get the pass from O'Connor, and Oswego's going to cycle their offense now. As Hofelder gets it up top. Schaaf's going to be the one to run in. Now Hofelder, forced to his right, gets it to Gray at the X. Now Oswego's just going to take it around the outside of their offense. Doolin tries to charge in. He's forced to the inside. Now going to his outside. Instead decides to give it to Schaaf. Hofelder. Waiting here is Bacon to Doolin. 40 on the shot clock. I should say Emerson. Now to Doolin. Emerson. Forced as he's equal to net to Gray. Hofelder. Didn't like the look as on the far side. Now spinning back. 25 on the shot clock. Bacon held up off the post. And now Bacon defensive play. Coming across there is Emerson, and Bacon's able to scoop it up. But it goes out of bounds there, and it will be a new 80-second shot clock for Plattsburgh. But a good defensive play to start it off there as Bacon and Emerson came in. So it really doesn't matter on the stoppage there. Just going to count as a reset as the ball continued to move off of the out-of-bounds play.
Yep.
Now back at center here is Wise. Wise able to run into his offensive neutral zone. Defended away by the long stick there, Kloss. And instead decides to pass it over to number 30, Nick Delarada. Lichauer gets it back. 2:45 left in the first quarter. Oswego leads it 3-2. 40 seconds left for this Plattsburgh shot clock. Taking it on the right side, spins back. 2 defenders there, somehow able to cradle it and maintain possession. Moving passes here for Plattsburgh. Finds its way back to the stick of Mullen. And this one right back to Lichauer. 20 left on the shot clock. Plattsburgh really finding in their last few possessions ways to bleed out this 80-second shot clock. Gill has it as he runs around. 10 on the shot clock. Schaaf against Gill. Cutter in front. What a defensive play there! Number 9 in front, Bryce Sabo, was able to lift the stick and completely knock the ball out. I have to say Bryce Sabo has really impressed me today on the defensive side.
He's done a good job.
Now with 1:50 left, 65 seconds left on the shot clock. And again, Oswego is going to have their bench players on, I'd say their second string offense here, as Kyle Boera is going to run in on the right side. He's met by a defender and decides to just pass it over to Emerson. Far pass here is Rowe. Rowe tries to come in, spins back outside. To the top here is Piccinini. And now finds its way to Boera. Boera charges in. Underhand shot, and it looked like it beat the goalie for a second, but was able to get his stick on it and make the save as Falco. Now with 70 seconds left in the game and 70 seconds left on the shot clock, they can actually turn the shot clock off. What a defensive play again there by Bacon. Bacon, another one on the defensive stick, and what a knockaway. Kyle Bacon, 2 defensive plays to start it off on the long stick defender.
He's doing a good job creating turnovers when the offense loses possession, and it's really helped out Oswego scoring, I think.
Now
Just
we'll see.
giving them more possessions.
Shot clock could be turned off. They still have it running here. 45 seconds left as Schaff is held up. Piccinini gets it up top. I believe it's Piccinini, if I'm not mistaken. Rips a shot. That one looked like it went off the stick of the goalie there, Falco, and goes out of bounds. Oswego maintains possession. 35 seconds left. Grounded it, and it's looked like it went in, but it hit the outside of the net, and Falco's able to scoop it up after. Now 25 seconds left. Plattsburgh not really trying to push the pace too hard here. Now down to 20. Pass on the move there was to Lichauer. 15 seconds left. Lichauer trying to run in. Manuel applying defense. Lichauer tries to throw it. Shot goes over the net. 6.9 seconds remain. See if Plattsburgh's able to get somebody open in the middle. Unaccounted for up top here. Now back up top. 2 seconds. That one goes wide. And the whistle came in with about 0.5 seconds left. So Plattsburgh, I will not think, will be able to get a shot off. And that is the horn there. So a few good defensive plays forces Plattsburgh to shoot high over the net and could not capitalize as they got the ball back with 25 seconds left. So Oswego goes into the second quarter leading at 3-2 here.
Yep, and you got to say that those 2 goals Plattsburgh scored were really just defensive communication issues because they were beating defenders one-on-one and there was no help slides coming. So they were just getting point-blank shots on goal.
Right, first one was that 1-0, like you said, Cutter right down low, able to beat O'Donnell on shot it from right to left and beat him on O'Donnell's left side. Second one, same way. 3 seconds left on the shot clock and just a one-on-one defense where Dangler tried to keep up, but very tough on a player running back to his strong side.
Right, the defender got beat and there was no slide there. But for Oswego on the offensive side at the end, it looks like they've established a pretty good rhythm, especially Holefield there. He looks like he's got the hot hand now. One of those goals was scored from him finding the cutter while he was behind the cage. And he just does such a good job scanning the field. He backs a defender down with his size and draws that double team just for a split second, and he's able to find the open man that's left from that double team. And that's just what he's so good at, and that's why he's got the team high of assists now.
It works. Holfelder, I mean, really not the biggest guy, 5'9", 180, but it works that he kind of, like you said, sneaks his way through, and he has pretty quick feet that he's able to kind of spin, draw 2 defenders. And when you draw 2 defenders, normally you find, one of your teammates open, or at least you hope so. So definitely Holfelder has been able to, he played well the last 10 minutes of the first quarter. But now coming on to the second quarter, sides do change as well. O'Connor definitely still on. Cannot see the jersey number of Plattsburgh player, presumably still Force. As it is, and Force is able to scoop it up immediately, juggles it, and then he's able to shovel pass over to number 12 there, Jay Carroll. Plattsburgh will start off this second quarter with offensive possession as the pass makes its way over to Kevin Murphy. And now it's going to be started up top here by Kane. Kane forced to his left. Putting a body on him here is Condon. Tries to rip a shot. O'Donnell's able to get a stick on it, and he's able to knock it down and scoop it up in his own crease. O'Donnell playing very well to start it off here in this game. Now long stick defender running up Saba. Saba's able to get a pass over. And now moved in here by Doolin. Waits. Gray, a rising shot, and a great play there by the goalie. Able to get a stick on it. Falco taking it out here for himself. Passes a little bit wide to Rupp. And another one almost missed. Plattsburgh finally able to get into their at least rhythm on the passing now, as Lichauer starts it up. Plattsburgh just kind of waiting. Is number 18, Kevin Murphy, the one to run on? And instead it's given over to Sherwood. Sherwood taking on Dangler. Tries for the spin. Sherwood forced to his left. Great play by Dangler to get a stick on it. And then that bounce pass goes just over Kevin Murphy's stick and goes out of bounds. Great play by Jeffrey Dangler there. Now fed up here to Schultzke. And Oswego's going to change their offensive mind here as Holfelder comes on for Dangler. Now Oswego starts their offense here. Taking in his Holfelder on the near side. Gives it to Gray at the X. 50 seconds on the shot clock. All the way back up top here is Doolin. Doolin tries to run in. Back to Gray. Gray leaves it. Gray can't scoop it up. He finally gets it. Now he runs to the near side. Spins back. Waits for a pick. Gray tries to feed in. Loses it. And it ends up right in the crease for Falco to scoop up. Gray tried to do too much on that one.
Yeah, and good help defense there by Plattsburgh. You see 28 Rupp coming in with the help slide. Just knocks Gray down.
Two defenders meet. High pass. And it actually does go out of bounds. Number 30 there, Delarada, waited on the bounce and went right under his stick and goes out of bounds. And now Doolin, far pass over to Schaff. You do see the flags in the background before. The wind is coming in from kind of an east to west. So both teams feeling it right now. Holfelder gets forced outside. He's going to give it up to Schaff. Under 12 minutes remain in this first half. Alford seeing his first few minutes. Alford spins back. And that pass read beautifully by the long stick defender Taco, and he's able to get it out. Now Taco's knocked down. Ball sitting on the ground, and it's just kind of falls. Everyone's trying to get to it. Now Gray puts a body on, still getting knocked around. Nobody wants it, and now it's finally picked up by Plattsburgh. And number 16 there, Kyle Smith. Whistle blows it. I believe it should be an offsides, actually, and a timeout. Oh, it's going to be a timeout called by Plattsburgh.
Yeah.
I look like an offsides as well, the way that everyone kind of reacted. But after that long 15-minute drawn-out ground ball, Plattsburgh's able to call a timeout. 11:20 remains in the second quarter.
Just back-to-back turnovers here to start out this quarter. Oswego really looked out here over by the sideline as a Plattsburgh midfielder tipped the ball out of the field. And so Oswego was fortunate to get the ball back, but then they couldn't capitalize as Alford just threw it away from behind the cage. A Plattsburgh defender picked it off. So good job there by Plattsburgh being able to recover on the defense after the turnover. And after all that, chaos, just getting a hold of the ground ball, managing to pick it up within the box and calling the timeout. So
definitely a smart timeout there. I mean, that was hectic for about 20 seconds. No one really wanted the ball, but big hits by players across. I mean, you saw Gray lay out a body, you saw different players running around, but Kyle Smith was able to come up with that one and timeout called. So now both teams coming back to their respected sides here. Plattsburgh's going to start with it, believe in their neutral zone. See exactly, yeah, it looks like they're going to start right at the neutral zone. Yep. Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, I know you played lacrosse for a little bit. Did you call it offensive neutral zone and then the offensive zone, or what was that middle area called where it's not really?
This is just midfield.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've kind of called it an offensive neutral zone because even though it's still a neutral zone, that it's not in a real zone, it's still Plattsburgh who has possession normally in that area.
Yeah.
Good defensive plays. It goes through the legs and a nice scoop up there. That was started beautifully by Brendan Kloss, able to get a stick on, and then the pass went a little bit awry and under the stick of the intended target. So really, Oswego's defense has just been able to control Plattsburgh's defense and create turnovers. I said that wrong. I'm sorry. Oswego's defense has been able to control Plattsburgh's offense and create turnovers. There we go. Now Oswego gets it back. 10:40 left here in the second quarter. And Schaaf's going to start it up top. 50 seconds left on the shot clock. Doolin runs in on the far side. Pass a little bit wide, but nice one-handed grab there by Gray to maintain possession for the Lakers. Holfelder with 35 seconds left on our near side. Alfred's trying to get open now. Holfelder starts at the X, spins back, has Schaaf on the right side. Didn't like the look, instead gets it back to Alfred. Alfred waits. 10 on the shot clock now. As Alfred's at the X, fakes his pass. Gets it over to Doolin. Doolin able to keep on. Doolin rips a shot just wide. With 1 second left now. And that's just going to be an 80-second shot clock violation.
The Lakers really kind of dragged the possession out, being patient, looking for an open shot, but nothing was there. So another good job by this Plattsburgh defense.
Both teams really just applying good defense in these last 5 minutes.
Yeah.
As no goals have been scored either.
Yeah, they both looked kind of unsteady to start the game, but now they're really solid one-on-one defending.
Far pass from one long stick defender to the other. As this one taken in by Taco. Taco turns around, gives it over to De La Rada. Now into their offensive zone here is Plattsburgh. Murphy, and now they're going to switch it up. Lichauer has it. Lichauer gets past Dangler. What a defensive play by Dangler. Another one as he rakes it down. Two great defensive plays by Jeffrey Dangler to knock out the ball and gets his defense to help him out and scoop it up.
Dangler just yard sales him with a trail check there.
I was going to say, since Dangler got beat on that first goal, he has been lights out since. Oswego still able to maintain possession. Alfred didn't like the look in the center, so he goes to the back of the X. Back to the X, I should say. And Alfred's just going to give it up to Emerson, and now changing it up here is Rowe again to Piccinini. Piccinini runs in with some speed. Forced to his left, spins back right. Far shot as it goes wide by about a foot. Kyle Bacon, first one back, as Oswego is going to maintain possession. 35 on the shot clock now, as Alfred has it. Alfred spins back. Cutter, and it looked like it was knocked down by the defender, and finds its way over to Falco to jump on it.
Alfred just trying to pass in the middle here after roll dodge. Pass gets knocked down before anyone can cut under it.
Oh, what a hit from behind. Ball's left. Now it's kicked. That should have been a call. We'll see exactly what the call was. That looked like a kick at center field right there. But they're going to give it to Plattsburgh. Plattsburgh's going to start in their offensive neutral zone with it. Jake Carroll, the one to start. I said it looked like there was a kick ball there, but I could not see. It must have been obviously on Oswego there.
Well, you're allowed to kick the ball, but it might have been a matter of kicking the other player's stick, though.
Okay. So after that quick debacle, Plattsburgh's going to start with it. 7:40 left as it's ran in here by Gill. Excuse me, Gill forced wide. Passes over to Murphy. Now on the outside, trying to swim through here. Can't get anywhere open. And now back up into the neutral zone here is Gill. Gill tries to get around the defender and does. Gill's going to rifle a shot, goes high. First one back there is Jack Mullen. Plattsburgh will maintain possession. 35 seconds on the shot clock for them now. Mullen tries to spin. Gets open in front. Two defenders close in on him. Tries to ground it, and O'Donnell able to get a stick on it. And Oswego's able to scoop it up here is Seamus Burns. Burns going to get it back from O'Donnell. What a play is O'Donnell able to get down to his knees and get a stick on it.
Yeah, great job by O'Donnell.
And now McElroy the one to take up here. Bounces this one far and tries to keep it in. Cannot there as he steps out of bounds with Schultzke. Schultzke had to wait or it would have been an offsides, and that's why that pass a little bit wide.
Yeah.
As Kyle Smith gets it. And now changes it. Kyle Smith actually comes right from my school, same year and everything, graduated 2016. And me from Long Island, we just looked through 24 of the 48 players, so half of Plattsburgh's team comes out of areas of Long Island.
Yeah.
So definitely see where Plattsburgh is starting to get their talent from. Rips a shot, goes to the ground, and covers up the 5-hole there is O'Donnell. O'Donnell is just on right now. Now up to the top here. Tries to knock it away, and somehow Plattsburgh's able to maintain possession there. It's Dylan Smith. Tries to spin inside. Shot goes wide. First players there are for Plattsburgh as they'll maintain possession. And then Oswego's going to call timeout here.
Another good job by the Oswego defense. They're being able to recover, and they're helping when a man gets beat one-on-one now. The help slides are coming, and that's definitely something the coach must have talked about in the timeout because they're doing a much better job at recovering on defense now.
That's probably the same thing here. They saw a few outside opportunities that luckily it got thwarted, but just saw Plattsburgh take advantage over the last minute. So it looks like Oswego just isn't here trying to maintain this one-goal lead.
Yeah.
They definitely expected a good game. This one stayed close throughout the entirety of this game over the last 25 minutes, 24-15. But what does Plattsburgh have to do here on this offensive side now with the new 80 to tie it up?
Well, with the way this quarter's gone, I think they just have to maintain ball security. They're turning it over like crazy now in this quarter from the very start. And it's just good for Oswego because they're not being smart with the ball. They're getting passes knocked down. They're not picking up ground balls. So just simple things that they got to work on. But Oswego's definitely taking advantage.
What is Oswego's defense has done well. What have you seen throughout these last 20 minutes of play? What has Oswego done well on the defensive side?
Well, they started off rough at the beginning because, like I said, they weren't helping on defense when a man was getting beat one-on-one. There was no communication there. There was no help slide from the D. So in the second quarter, they've just done a much better job at communicating and picking up a man after he's beaten the coverage one-on-one.
Help defense, that's, big in almost every sport.
Oh, yeah.
So, if Oswego's able to work it out, and it showed over the last, like I said, 20 minutes of play, really, as Plattsburgh has been shut down as of late.
Yeah, communication on defense is everything.
Starting it here is Jake Carroll now. And now it looks to be it's going to be a moving pick there. Haven't really seen too many of those besides basketball, obviously. But Dylan Smith, the one called there for the, like I said, the pretty much moving pick, to say the least.
Plattsburgh just finds another way to turn the ball over.
A lot of straight turnovers for them. Now waiting here, just decides to throw all the way across the field to McElroy. McElroy, low pass, finds its way to Schultzke, and Oswego's able to start up the offense now. Schaff to Angler, everyone waiting, making sure no one's offsides. Doolin, the one with the ball, now gets it over to Schaff. Under 5 minutes remain here as Holfelder tries to fake back to his right, decides to go left at the near side. Didn't really like the look against his defender and gives it to Schaff. Now Doolin, the one on the far side. Doolin waits, gets to Emerson, and now Schaff. 25 seconds left on the shot clock here. Holfelder has it up top. 4.5 remains in the second quarter. Holfelder tries to get around his defender. Pressured nicely. Bacon has it. Bacon double pressured. Somehow holds it. 3! What a save! Someone in front definitely got a leg on it. That'll be a new 80. Tries to ground that one as it's left on the ground. Schaff, that was a shovel shot. That one went high, but he literally shot that off the ground like a hockey player. That was a crazy shot right there. I don't know how many times I've seen that. Oswego's going to maintain possession as they were first one back. Gray to hold. And now up to Schaff. Schaff tries to get the pick from Holfelder. Schaff tries to body his way through. Schaff getting held. That one gets knocked away from him. And then a flag is thrown. Definitely saw the hold there. Now it's going to be a delayed penalty as Doolin tries to run in. Doolin grounds that one. Still on the ground as it was saved by the defender. Still down low. Falling down here. Still on the ground. That was a little bit of delayed whistle as Van Bommel picked it up and lost it. But the penalty on the call, so it pretty much was a possession for a second. So that is why the stoppage of play happens on the penalty for the hold. Should only be it will be a 1-minute penalty on Kyle Smith.
This Oswego man up offense has come out once so far, and they've taken advantage, and that's where one of their 3 goals came from. So let's see if they can do it again.
See if it works again. A lot of moving parts on their side that helped them the first time. See if they do the same. 70 on the shot clock, 50 left on the penalty. 2 players at the X here. Cutter in front, and that was again Keefe trying to make it number 2. 3 defenders close in. What a defensive play by Holfelder on the swing. Holfelder now with a far pass, and it's scooped up here by Bacon. Holfelder came in and just chopped at the stick, able to knock it down and scoop it up.
Good job there by Holfelder covering the possession.
Holfelder gets it back, 20 seconds left on the penalty. Tries to swing in, grounds that one, a big save there by Falco as it goes over the net. New 80 is going to start, 18 seconds left on the penalty.
Look for Oswego to try to get another pass in the middle in this man-down defense.
Holding here is Schaff, now down low again. Pass a little bit far of Gray, and the man-up advantage is over here. Charging in, Oswego still going to maintain possession. It's still a minute on that 80-second shot clock. Now changing here as Piccanini comes in and allows for Keel to come off. Bacon loses it. Now he's able to shovel it, and Holfelder is able to pick up the loose ends. Great play by Bacon. Holfelder now swims back. Defenders meeting him as he goes to the X, waiting for a cutter. Defender away nicely. Tries to spin back. 2 defenders there. Trying to do too much. Bacon tries to get to it. Still on the ground. Rips a shot. New 80. And then it's scooped up by the defense here and moved up by Wider. And then it gets its way back to the defenders. That was crazy. I believe it was actually scooped up and it was shot off the ground. And it looked like Falco was able to just get a stick on it. Now it's taken in, a lot of speed here by Sherwood. Falling down, going to be a penalty. Looked like it went off the crease, somehow stayed out.
Good save by O'Donnell.
So it looked like O'Donnell got a stick on it and then possibly hit the post and then stayed out.
Yeah.
But like I said, penalty is thrown for a hold as Wider was just going in. Oh, sorry, it was not Wider. It was Sherwood going in.
Yeah, Sherwood just goes low to low on the fast break shot, flying down the middle of the field, and O'Donnell reads it nicely and just drops his body with the stick low to low.
After the hold, it will be 30-second penalty on Kloss. Plattsburgh first man up of the day. Trying to move the ball around nicely here. Litschauer knocked away there. Good defensive play to start. It was McElroy. 10 seconds left on the penalty. Litschauer waiting for anything is Kane. Litschauer rips a shot. That one goes wide. Will maintain with Plattsburgh, but those 30 seconds now down, so we'll be back to even strength. Murphy has it up top. Now trying to run in as he's forced to the outside. Here is Kane. Rips a shot right into the waiting stick there of O'Donnell. O'Donnell doing fantastically. Now 25 seconds left here.
Let's go now, Dino. Go.
Trying to run up and now waiting. Just going to come in here 15 seconds left now.
Let's go, D.
And then I believe another timeout called. So a lot of people were confused there. I didn't even realize that it was that far down into the quarter. Plattsburgh wasted a solid 2 minutes on that entire possession after the penalty, or including the penalty,
So
and still could not get it going.
O'Donnell finishing off the quarter really strong, and good job there by McElroy to clear the ball and not get phased by the attackman trying to ride him as he brings it back to the offensive side of the field for Oswego.
Now with this timeout, 14 seconds left in your offensive zone, what would your plan of attack be?
Well, the key is to work for one good shot. You want to use these 14 seconds to drop a play where a cutter gets open. And besides that, there's really nothing more to it. Just use this entire 14 seconds to look for one good shot.
Now here's what I think would be a solid move, at least on Oswego's part here, is Hohlfelder likes to take control of that left side. If you give to Hohlfelder, give back up to Schaaf. If Hohlfelder's able to control two defenders, Schaaf should be able to find somebody on the opposite side open or another cutter running in the same direction that Hohlfelder was running. Because if Hohlfelder draws that second defender, you now have someone that can cut in on that left side. So I want to see Hohlfelder, Schaaf, Gray. I feel like if Oswego scores, that'll be the way they do it. If not, either Hohlfelder or Schaaf is going to rip a shot from the outside. We'll see who's on if they can make it happen. But Gray is down low there. So 14 seconds left. 3-2 lead Oswego. See if they can capitalize on this. 10 seconds left here. Doolin waits. Doolin tries to spin. I guess it looks like they might be content. Doolin's just going to run in. Doolin up top to Emerson. Emerson has to go through the stick, and that's the way that it's going to end. So I was completely wrong there. I guess they just kind of waited for the last 5 seconds until to try to make a move.
There was a little screen up top there for Doolin with Piccanini, but two Plattsburgh defenders just went right through the screen, doubled Piccanini up, or doubled Doolin up top, I should say. And then it was a turnover because he couldn't handle the pressure from the double team. But as you said before, for maybe drawing up a play with Hohlfelder, passing the ball off the double team, one thing you've noticed is that Plattsburgh's done a great job at taking that away from Hohlfelder. Those double teams, what happens is, like you said, Hohlfelder's not a very big guy, but somehow he's still managing to back down and roll off defenders. When he's backing down, Plattsburgh is just doing a great job of actually making use of the double team and turning the ball over. So,
great point there. Hopefully, Hohlfelder can keep moving in, but that is going to do it here for the first half. No goals scored in that second quarter as Oswego still leads it 3-2. We'll be back here in about 9 minutes to bring you the second half of this action here on WTOP-10. a Hohlfelder rifle. It was dueling down low, and it was Keel on the man up.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's probably what I'll come back with. How you doing, Bash? How's it going?
We're just gonna talk about how these stats are almost total deadlock.
Yeah. I don't know when they want us back. Alright, I'm gonna go take a rip. Come back in like 30 seconds. Coming back on in a minute?
Yeah, no,
We're at a minute.
keep your headset on.
Hello and welcome back here to this WTOP-10 broadcast as the SUNY Oswego men's Lakers take on the SUNY Plattsburgh Cardinals. Brandon Ash joined here by,
Cordell Sherwood.
I'll let him say his own name. Let everyone hear him real quick. But coming back, a 3-2 game. The 3 goals scored. Evan Hohlfelder with a rifle. Dan Doolin down low, actually right after a penalty from the field of Hohlfelder, and then Eric Keel on the man-up advantage were able to score. James Sherwood got the first goal of the game, and then Connor Wolf able to put another one in for Plattsburgh, and that is what we are at right now, a 3-2 game, no goals scored in this second quarter. And now we move into the third quarter.
Yep.
Now, you were saying before, these stats almost deadlocked.
Yep. You look at the turnovers here, and that explains why the shutout happened for both teams in the second quarter. 10 turnovers for Plattsburgh, 9 for Oswego.
That was 6 by both teams in that second quarter. So
Yep.
definitely crazy, like you said. I mean, with 15 minutes, 12 turnovers combined, definitely a lot there.
And one of the names you didn't mention in that scoring list for Oswego State was Emerson, their lead scorer. So look for him to get a lot more aggressive here.
Emerson really hasn't been moving. He normally gets a lot of chances on that far right side, sometimes in the middle. He's definitely getting concealed on that right side. But back to the action. Plattsburgh able to win the first face-off of the quarter. Trying to move in here. Defense pressuring them nicely. Lechauer has it. Passes over to Gill. Gill tries to move in on the left side. Back to Lechauer. Left side, tries to get a shot off. O'Donnell's able to somehow get it. And now he gets it back. O'Donnell made the save, got out of the crease, put his stick on. Defender ran in, lifted his stick, and still managed to get the ball back. That is perseverance, to say the least.
He's having a phenomenal game so far.
He's the reason that this team is in it right now and winning, to be honest.
Oh, yeah.
Doolin's going to be the one to start up top.
Yeah, we're here. We're still here.
Doolin on the right side. Adding on to the Long Island nature of this field right now. Doolin didn't like the look as he was forced back to the inside, decides to give it up to Schaaf. Doolin gets it back. Like you said, you see Emerson planted on that right side. He's just not getting the feed. Now to Doolin. Around the horn, gets its way to Gray, and now finally to Emerson. 30 seconds left on the shot clock. Emerson to Hohlfelder as he replaces his spot. Hohlfelder tries to charge in on the left. Passes to Gray on the outside. Gray, that one goes off the post. Bacon can't put his stick. Shoveled, and it goes over the head. This has been a really low-scoring game, but for all the shots and excitement that we've seen here, definitely doesn't seem like it should be low scoring.
They're going to give it over to Plattsburgh.
I'm not sure how that wasn't a shot.
Oswego State argued that it was kind of a shuffle shot, right?
It was. It was a dropped ball by the goalie that Emerson was able to get a stick on, and he just lifted it over the net.
I guess
regardless, that should count as a shot. It just went over the net. Bad call by the refs. I'll can't really be the first to call him out, but that from my angle was definitely a shot, and there was no doubt in my mind about that. Now Plattsburgh going to move in here. Moving up, deep ball there was Wise. He was defended by Dangler. Quick switch here as Wise runs off. Plattsburgh able to get their natural offense on. 50 seconds on the shot clock. Ball gets up to Lachauer. Now to Gill. Up top here is Murphy. Murphy against Schultzke. Murphy passes that one back to Lachauer. And to Gill. Same three. Gill comes in on the left side. Gives back to the X. Trying to come in here is Carroll. Carroll tried the hard angle. Now with 20 seconds left, started at the X here is Wolf. Wolf tries to come in on Schultzke with 10 seconds left, spins back. Up top, a shot is rifled, would have went over, but O'Donnell's able to get the stick on it regardless. Burns runs up, quick moving pass to Bacon. Bacon spins back. Able to get past the defender. He should just run in now, should be a 2-on-0. I don't know why he stopped there. That would have been a 2-on-1 as Emerson was right in front. The only defender close was Taka. Instead, Oswego decides to bring it back up to their neutral zone. Now, Hofelder rips a shot. That one goes far. Gray and Emerson, two back. And now Schaff's going to start it up top. Schaff waits for a pick, spins back, gets it to Doolin. Doolin waits. Doolin bounces. It's
Nice.
in! The first goal of this third quarter. First one since the first quarter. And Doolin, with his second of the game, puts Oswego up ahead by 2 now, up 4-2.
Doolin just runs by one defender, drops his stick back, goes low, or goes high to low with the bounce shot. The goalie drops low with the stick, but the ball bounces over him. And that's just a great take there by Doolin. Awesome shot.
And I remember I played first base for a little bit, and trying to get those scoops and everything when you don't expect where they're coming from is definitely tough. These goalies, along with bouncing a ball off turf, these can go anywhere.
Oh, yeah.
So you definitely see a lot of these goal scorers are ones that are like that. Oh, what a defensive play there by Petrelli, able to get a stick on. Now no one able to get there. Petrelli is tripped. No call. And now it's going to get its way to Plattsburgh. You can definitely, I'm not sure what mics we have on if you can hear, but the the crowd definitely getting into it on these refs here over the last few turnovers and missed calls, if you will, on Oswego's side.
Controversial calls for sure. Now the coaching staff, along with the fans, are letting these refs hear it.
After the stoppage of play here, Plattsburgh is going to start with it on the far side, I should say. 10.5 remains in this third quarter. Oswego now leads at 4-2. Coming in here is Sherwood. Sherwood defended away. Now going to look for the wraparound. Falling down, and they're going to call a flag, or pull a flag, I should say. Penalty is called on the cross check. They said that it was to the back.
I don't believe that
that looked
totally
like it was to the shoulder.
That looked
correct?
from the side
okay.
to me.
Okay. So at least we're seeing this game a little bit differently than the refs are. But yeah, that looked at least to the shoulder to me. Now there will be a 1-minute penalty called against Seamus Burns.
Yeah. Well, they have gotten more serious about the cross-checking in recent years in lacrosse, and they're going to be quicker to call it nowadays, especially at the collegiate level.
Plattsburgh had the 30-second penalty before that they were not able to capitalize on. Now double the time here for them, see what they can do, deciding to move the ball around the outside of their offense. Gets it up top, loses it at first, able to scoop it back up there was Kane. Now Murphy. Back to Murphy up top. 30 seconds left on the penalty. Crosser bounces it, and O'Donnell, I believe, able to get a stick on it as it goes over the net. I think that was the exact stick part too. That was not the not the mesh. That was 100% the stick.
Yep.
10 seconds left on the penalty here. Down low and lost it off the stick. That would have been very easy goal to say the least. Litschauer was waiting down low. No one was on him. And now the penalty is over. So 2 penalties not answered. I'm not sure what flop that was if anyone saw that, but Litschauer got ran into and just slid by about 5 feet. No call on him, and Oswego's able to start up their offense with their second stringers as Boera is the one to run in. Boera spins back to his left. Decides to just pass it up to Piccanini up top. Falling over himself here is Rowe. Rowe to Boera. Boera tries to come back left. Spins right, equal to net. Gives it to Gray. 30 seconds left on the shot clock for the Lakers. 8.5 left in this third quarter. One lone goal scored by Doolin. Trying to run up here is Boera. Boera loses it left on the ground. No one knew where it was. Now it's hiked up in the air by the Lakers, and Bacon knocks it out of bounds.
Careless ball handling there by Boera. Kind of just hangs his stick low, and the trail check was there. Easy play.
Emerson tried to get there, a few quick checks on the stick, but able to keep possession there was Del Rada. And now Plattsburgh going to start back up. It's at 60 seconds on the shot clock.
Am I going to block all these people?
And now back to the X here as they continue the ball movement. Trying to come through here is Carroll. Carroll defended away by Saba. Carroll couldn't get the shot on as Saba's stick was just directly on him. Gill spins back to his left. Gill defended away by Piccanini. Now Gill with 25 seconds on the shot clock at the X. Tries to get around. Back up top here. Rips the shot, it's in! Jack Mullen on the goal there. And now back to a one-goal game. Oswego still leads at 43.
So, sum up that play. You know, Gill has it behind the cage. You hear the entire Oswego bench yelling righty. They force Gill to his left, but Gill beats him anyways, one-on-one behind the cage, draws the double, and then finds Mullen with the left hand, which the Oswego bench was screaming to force him to go to, proving that he can use the left.
Sometimes, I mean, and you even hear before people were screaming lefty. I believe that was Sherwood on that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, just very, lefty is definitely tough to really guard because they move to that opposite side. But now Oswego's able to win the face-off there. They're going to start up their offense. Doolin has it up top, waiting for the defender, Petrelli, to run off, and Holfelder's going to replace him. Holfelder uses his speed to get in on the right side. Gives it down low to Emerson. To Doolin. Doolin. That one goes off the top of the post. And considering it counted as a shot, first one there was Alford. Oswego will maintain possession. Doolin stayed high, tried to just force it in there. If it would have been 2 inches short, 2 inches lower, that was going in.
Yeah.
Now Schaff First time said his name a little bit. Schauf tries to get around the defender. Schauf loses it from behind. Good defensive play there by Wise. And now it's knocked out by Emerson. And it's scooped up by the defender and finds its way over to Falco.
Another turnover here for this Oswego offense.
Started up here nicely, waiting for their, like I say, regular offense to run on. 5:50 remains here in this third quarter. One goal by both teams in this quarter as well. Kane's going to start it up top, 40 seconds left on the shot clock. Trying to come in here, almost falling down. Kane still able to maintain possession. Dangler too strong, trying to knock it out and knocks himself over. Kane regains it back in the neutral zone. 20 seconds left. Kane tries to run in on Dangler. Passes this one, Lichhauser. Outside here, tries to ground it, goes wide. Will not count as a shot. 11 seconds left on the shot clock. That one for Sherwood. Actually, we'll count it as a shot. New 80. I'm sorry, I'm not sure why there is a new 80. I don't believe that O'Donnell got a stick on it, so it would just be a wide shot. Shot goes wide again. And Mullen, the last goal scorer, is there just before O'Donnell was, so Plattsburgh will maintain possession.
With a ton of time left.
I'm not sure why that was a new 80. I don't believe that O'Donnell did touch it to warrant a new shot clock.
Yeah, you see O'Donnell throwing his hands in the air after that call. So
definitely, he agreed.
This Lakers squad definitely getting frustrated with the officials in the second half.
Tries for the wraparound chance, more like a runaround, to say the least, as he was forced wide by Dangler. That one goes wide, shot by Kane. Tries again for the wraparound. It's in! Game tied at 4 here. Could not see what the wraparound chance was. Looked like it was Jake Carroll on the goal.
The whistle blows to start the play from the out-of-bounds possession. And it just looked like McElroy wasn't ready from the whistle. He got beat one-on-one. The Plattsburgh, who's the goal scorer?
I believe that it was...
Sherwood?
I believe it was number 12. I thought it was Jake Carroll as he was celebrating. I believe Jake Carroll started at the X and had a good wraparound chance.
He just got the jump on him off the whistle, and McElroy didn't move his feet in time.
Shoveled through the legs, and Plattsburgh's going to start with it. Long stick defender here trying to get around to Smith. Smith able to dump it down into his own. And now it's going to be started by Connor Wolf. Mullen gives it over to Lichhauer. And now Lichhauer waits for Gill to run on. For the first about 40 seconds of Plattsburgh's offensive possession, it's between Gill, Lichhauer, and Murphy running around. Murphy's the one to have it now. 40 seconds on the shot clock as Murphy waits for a cutter. Decides to go outside to Gill. Gill trying to cut in. Schultzke draped on him. And Gill decides to retreat and gives it over to Lichhauer. 25 seconds left on the shot clock for the Cardinals. Swim move there by Kane. He's trying to get a similar look from before and actually left it behind him. Scoops it back up. Now it's still on the ground. O'Donnell's going to touch it, and now another stoppage of play. They're going to count an off-ball penalty. So they're going to take it on the outside here.
Was it a push call?
I believe it was a push call. That must have been off-ball.
So another call in Plattsburgh's favor, and you see their fans are liking it.
4-4 the score still. 3:05 remains in the third. At the X here is Mullen. Mullen Defended away. Now Mullen with the spin. Tries to ground it. Could not tell if that went off of Burns or O'Donnell, but one of them got a stick on it to send it backwards. Now this pass goes all the way up. And now Emerson made a great play, but they're going to say that Emerson pushed him. I think he fell on his own 2 feet. Emerson's trying to get it back. He swings and hits him on the helmet. Yep. And now he's pushed out of bounds. Oswego's not playing smart. They're taking their anger out on the refs, on Plattsburgh, and they're going to get called every time for that.
Now the benches are chirping at each other. For this game to get physical and chippy as it progresses, just like the Morrisville game.
2:15 left in this game. Plattsburgh has 40 seconds left on the shot clock after that crazy turn of events. They ended up losing the ball, and Emerson just played solid box out, and the other gentleman fell. There's still a flag waiting, so Plattsburgh, with 25 seconds left, is either going to score and then get the penalty as the shot goes high, and now trying to get it. I mean, that run was for naught anyways because of the penalty, so it would have went to Plattsburgh.
Yeah.
So at least showed a little bit of speed trying to get to it there with Burns. But the penalty is going to be called on Emerson, as we said before, was right at that midline. They're going to count 1 minute for I believe it must be a back check, or cross check, or something like that.
A few consecutive calls going into Plattsburgh possession. And just in Plattsburgh's favor, and Emerson finally, letting his frustrations out a little bit.
Excuse me. All right, now start of the man-up advantage here for Plattsburgh. Didn't like the look there was Litchauer. Goes outside and gets it back to Murphy. That one goes far, and there's going to be no one around, so Caleb Alford's able to wait for it. Alford spins back. 2 defenders close in on him. Now 3 defenders close in. He's trying to dance around. Alford has Schaff, and he's able to get it to him. 30 seconds left on the penalty here. See how long Oswego's able to hold for his Schaff hold. Schaff runs around. Schaff, Doolin. That one just goes high. Doolin wanted the Hattie. That would have been a man-down hat trick. Oswego's still going to start with it. 15 seconds left on it, on the penalty. So they have to play now with 6 players on their side. Doolin going to hold up top. 5 seconds left. And the penalty is over. Hofelder's going to be the one to come on here for Emerson. Hofelder wanted the pass. Schaff is going to hold instead. 40 seconds left here in this quarter. 25 seconds left, and now 20 left on the shot clock. Bacon the one to hold. That one goes wide. Goes out of bounds, and now it's going to go back to Plattsburgh. Another 25 seconds left for Plattsburgh. See if they can capitalize on this one.
Saw Bacon there holding the ball looking for Schaff, and Schaff's looking at his cleats. I don't know if his shoe was untied or what, but that kind of just messed up the whole play for him.
Defender loses. It goes out of bounds. 10 seconds left. We'll see if it's just a sprint. Pass goes far to Burns. Burns tries for a long pass. 5 seconds left. Bacon, Alford leaves it behind him, and that is how the quarter is going to end. 2 goals scored by Plattsburgh, 1 goal scored by Oswego. A 4-4 game with 15 minutes left. Did you expect it any other way?
Not at all the way this game's been. Comparing the stats, the turnovers, the shots on goal from the first half, they were in a deadlock, so I didn't expect much different from the second half. But you got to think, Oswego, there was a good chance that Oswego would have a much higher lead if all those calls consecutively didn't cause them to turn the ball over and give it up to Plattsburgh. You had the push there on Emerson. You had the penalty frustration from Emerson. You had another push call that was controversial. You had the cross-check call as well. So just a lot of calls going against Oswego here, and they're kind of fortunate Plattsburgh hasn't scored more without the bonus possessions they're getting.
So now both teams in the huddle as we await the start of the fourth quarter. These teams have just, not really back and forth, but these teams are just going through the motions and playing lacrosse at their hardest right now.
Definitely. Look for this fourth quarter to be the exact same as this game's been. Unless these penalties slow down for Oswego, maybe they can find some sort of rhythm. But there's no way a team can get some sort of rhythm with all these penalties and turnovers.
Unfortunately, the ref just had to pick up and throw a mouthpiece. That's a little gross. I feel they just kind of threw it around now, so somebody must have lost that, grabbed a new one on the sideline. So now we come back. O'Connor still in. Lee Force is still the one there.
Come on, Dave.
Ref the place here. 15 minutes to play. The whistle goes, and we're on it.
And finally, Oswego gets a call.
They're going to say that Force was holding O'Connor down, and it will start with Oswego. As the crowd said, it starts right now. See if they can take the lead back in this first possession of the fourth quarter. Holfelder, a little bit of a dance, feeds it over to Doolin. Dan Doolin back up to Schaff. Schaff tried to get the pick. Tries to muscle his way in. Instead, throws the bacon. Gets it back. Doolin! And it was Emerson, I should say, left it behind him. Now Doolin closes in on the ball and passes over to a defender. And now the long stick runs all the way through. And now tackled all the way down. What a play by O'Donnell. O'Donnell saw the player running in, saw the pass, and immediately got his stick on it. What a play.
Just having a great game.
And now passes all the way over to Burns. Burns lets it bounce. And then Burns is going to give it to Piccanini. Piccanini holds. Now Jake with the tape, staying there. A few different Jakes on this team, I believe. Actually, no, he's the only Jake. Taking it in, rips a shot. That one goes off the post. We'll see.
And they're going to go white ball.
They're going to go and say that number 41
Plattsburgh
was
ball.
the first one there, Van Bommel.
Plattsburgh ball, okay.
Plattsburgh ball, like I said, it looked like Van Bommel was the first one there with the stick.
Yeah.
That's where the call is. 4-4 remains the score. Now 3:20 left. Piccanini denied by the post.
Couple tough possessions there for Oswego. They got good shots off, but Falco made a tough save, and then you got that dreaded pipe.
Now trying to take in here's, I believe that's Murphy. Murphy holds, waits for a cutter. Decides to get back up top. 13 minutes remain in the fourth quarter. Charging in, rips a shot. That one goes high off the over the net. 35 seconds will remain on the shot clock, and it remains Plattsburgh ball as well. Trying to run in on the defender. Here's Carroll. Carroll. Centered. What a save by O'Donnell. O'Donnell able to get a stick on. Now it's loose, and it's scooped up again by Plattsburgh. What a defensive play there as it's knocked down by Manuel. And then goes out of bounds off Plattsburgh. Manuel was able to run in with the long stick, knock it off of the ball carrier, and goes off of his stick. Great defensive plays all around here by Oswego. And now Schultze is going to start it off the pass. This game is just, this is the way a lacrosse game should be played. Defensive plays all around, low scoring, just people laying hits and just playing lacrosse. This is what you like to see.
Yeah, this is what it's all about.
Holfelder, 2 defenders on him, decides to give it to Schaaf. Over to Doolin. Back to Schaaf up top. 40 seconds left on the shot clock for the Lakers. Schaaf gives it over to Doolin near side. Now to Bacon near side. Game of catch here as Schaaf holds to Holfelder. 30 seconds left on the shot clock. Gray has it. Sneaky Gray waiting on it. Gray gives it up to Doolin. Doolin waits to Schaaf. Schaaf rifles a shot high. 15 seconds left on the shot clock, and the first one back is Gray. Oswego's definitely waiting a little bit of time to get a first shot on. A little bit more moving parts might help him, but with 10 seconds left, Bacon is forced wide. Gets it to Doolin. Doolin gets past one defender. Doolin hits in! What a play by Doolin for the hat trick! And Oswego takes the lead back up 5-4.
And Danny Doolin just having a great game. Catches his defender sleeping. Makes a cut, doesn't make a cut, sorry. Just off the catch, runs into the middle, and no one picks him up until after he gets the shot off. Just, they caught Plattsburgh sleeping, and I don't understand what that was from Plattsburgh. They must have been ball watching, I guess. But
I believe it was the defender there, Justin Weiss, who tried to come up into the zone and pick off that pass. As soon as Doolin was able to run through that pickoff chance, he had the ball with no one ahead of him and just rifled it in.
Yeah.
And now we'll see who's faster here of the two defenders. Petrelli overruns it, goes into Plattsburgh's offensive zone for a second. Everyone's trying to fight as it's knocked down. Petrelli's able to get it. He's tripped down, and now Plattsburgh able to pick it up. And now a timeout called by Plattsburgh. Oswego up 5-4, 10:54. You are listening to WTOP-10's broadcast of this men's lacrosse game. Brandon Ash, joined here by
Cordell Sherwood.
Cordell Sherwood, no relation to the Sherwood, the goal scorer for Plattsburgh. But now a timeout called by Plattsburgh after that. I mean, I like to call them debacles almost, as the ball is just kind of laying around and whoever wants it gets it. Petrelli has been able to come up with the ball a few times and ends up getting tripped with no call. 10:54, as stated before, timeout called. 10:54, 5-4 the score. A lot of fourth quarter, a lot of 5s and 4s around here left. But
Oswego with all the momentum right now after that Doolin goal. Again, just a case of coaches preach. Coaches always preach to you, play the man, not the ball. And Plattsburgh plays the ball, goes after the pick pass, misses it, and Doolin just took advantage. So, let's see if Oswego can ride out this momentum as the game starts to wind down here with about 11 minutes to go in this fourth quarter.
Now, when you played lacrosse, did you have a primary position?
I was a defender.
Okay. What you've seen of the defense, why has Oswego been able to do so well against this Plattsburgh team?
Well, you've noticed, you pointed it out yourself, that they're taking a lot of time to get good shots, whether it's setting up cuts off picks or just beating a defender one-on-one, drawing the double team slide and finding the open man. Oswego's been patient, and that's been the key to these 5 goals, I think.
Great insight there after the timeout called by Plattsburgh. They're going to start with possession on our near side. Gets it up to Murphy, and Murphy's going to start in the neutral zone. Gets it to Kane. Kane and Murphy pitch and catch. Murphy, the one with the ball on the near side, gets past Dangler, forced to his right, gives it over to the X. Mullen holds, now passes up. Back into that neutral zone area, 10.5 remains here in this fourth quarter. Taking in is Kane. Kane back to the X. Wraparound bouncer goes wide. Looked at that, could have been a save, maybe just went wide. Couldn't exactly see as the shooter, his body actually blocked where the ball went after on my angle. Regardless, Plattsburgh's going to maintain it, and it actually must have went wide because the shot clock did not change. So still 35 seconds left on that. Tries for the spin here is Mullen. Mullen shoots that one high as he's falling down. 32 seconds left on the shot clock now. It's going to be started up here by Carroll. Carroll gets to the X. Nice pick and move. Pass down low. Behind the back just goes wide. Mullen tried for a behind the back to tie it up, and it looked like it missed by about 6 inches. Did not hit the net or... Now rips another shot and gets low and makes the save at the 5-hole. There is O'Donnell. O'Donnell's made about 5 of those saves today. Really just working on getting low, staying low, and not allowing anything to get through the 5-hole. 9.5 remains here in this 4th quarter. Oswego got the first and only goal off a rifle by Dan Doolin, and now they get possession back. Doolin has it. 3 goals on the day. Tip of the cap to him. Gets it down low to Bacon. Now to Emerson and Shaw. Moving around nicely here. Holfelder has it on his natural side, that near side. Holfelder stops at the X. Pass. There it is! There it is, and it's in! Emerson gets his first one of the game, and Oswego takes a 2-goal lead back up 6-4.
Well, this is what Holfelder does so well. You saw it with the first goal of the game. The pass behind the cage from the X. He's just a master from behind the X so far this season. Just dissects the defense from behind the cage, finds the open man for a good look. And Emerson, who's been having a tough game, struggling all day, had that frustration penalty, finally gets one.
And what did I say before? Emerson does well when he gets open on that right side.
Yep.
Open on that right side. Beautiful rifle, finds the back of the net. Sometimes I feel like Tony Romo up here. If you watched any of the games he commentated, the guy read the field and saw exactly what has to happen. Felt a little bit like that there. Nice play there as it's scooped up by Pickaninny and then finds O'Connor on the run. O'Connor tries to bounce that one, just misses over the net by about, I'd say, 6 inches or so. Gray going to have it here. 8:45 left after the goal scored by Emerson. Bacon has it. And he's going to feed it over to Emerson, back up top. Now again, this second string offense comes on between Boera and now running in his Rowe. Rowe spins back, able to keep his stance. Down low, Gray. He was equal to net. If he was maybe about a foot more ahead, that was definitely a goal.
Yeah.
But he let that one go through the crease.
It was a good look there from Boera.
That has to count as a shot. How does that not count as a shot that went through the crease?
I believe they're saying that Plattsburgh was closer to the ball when it went out of bounds. But that was a very tough call, though. Both guys were right there.
Oswego's able to get it back, however, so sometimes, as they say, the ball never lies. Kyle Bacon able to scoop it up after miscommunication off the pass at midfield. And now they're going to start it up with Doolin and Pickaninny up top. Under 8 minutes remain here. Oswego scores the lone 2 goals in this quarter to put them up ahead 2. Doolin actually the one directing traffic on the outside here as Pickaninny has to run off. And now Doolin spins back to his left, got a little bit of space, decides instead to give it down low to Gray. 40 seconds on the shot clock now. Waiting here is Schaff. Now Holfelder. Doolin, left to right, back up to Schaff. 25 seconds on the shot clock now as Holfelder has it left side. Down low to Gray again. Gray at the X. Spins back, looking for a cutter. His pass is tipped. Gray gets it back. Now it's not scooped up. Up top is Doolin. Doolin right onto the net. What a shot there, and what a better save by Falco. Just closed his eyes and prayed, and it went right into the right into the mesh.
Falco's had a decent game today.
Yeah, he's kept an Oswego team averaging 10 goals a game down to just 6 with 6:40 left to play. Obviously, anything could change in a lacrosse game here. Going to take down his Mullen, and now passes this one over to Wolf. Wolf a goal scorer in the game as well, along with Mullen. Mullen at the X. Takes far side, back to the near side here is Wolf. And up top here is Sherwood, another goal scorer. All goal scorers still on the field here. Sherwood trying to come in on Dangler. Forced back to the middle. Tries to ground it. And another save. O'Donnell is closing that 5-hole. I was going to say, is it 3 o'clock yet? No, most banks are still open, but he's closed. He's closed for the day at least. Dangle's able to scoop it up. 5:50 left. And believe a timeout called by Oswego. Smart play as Jeffrey Dangler along with Schultzke just couldn't really find the mark.
Yeah.
So smart play by Oswego is now they're up 2 with 5:52 remaining in this fourth quarter.
Just a phenomenal game from O'Donnell today. He does a great job of reading the stick. You saw Gill with that shot there from the corner, from the outside left corner, with the right hand, and he just hangs the stick low and goes low. O'Donnell just doesn't get fooled, drops his body down, and just stick right on the ball, low to low shot.
I was gonna say I'd love to ask O'Donnell if he ever played hockey, because the way that he plays lacrosse as a goalie, very similar to hockey goalie. Get low, cover up the 5-hole, keep your eye on the ball. Everything about it screams at me that at one time he might have played goalie on the ice. I'm not totally sure. I'd love to ask him next time I see him. But again, over the years watching hockey, just the way that he's able to get down to his knees, cover up that 5-hole, and just watch the ball in. Really a spectacular way to do it. So, I'll get back in the next game, see if my hunch is correct that he might. I'm not sure if you're a hockey fan, but
that's a good point though, because you don't see him get scored on low very often at all. It's usually corners.
Yeah, a lot of the corners, a lot of the bounces, but he's able. I mean, he's not afraid to drop to his knees.
No.
Sometimes he wears a ball on the chest even, but he's not afraid to do that. So that's why I kind of feel like maybe he was a hockey goalie at one point. If he wasn't, then he's just a phenomenal goalie with very quick speed. And if he feels good going down to that low area, that's he's started every game for the Lakers over the last 2 seasons. So I'm not going to question how good of a goalie this guy is. Oh, what a pick there. Ran over. And now a nice spin. Pickaninny, that one was right on the mesh of the goalie there. But that was just Bo Eric got laid out, but he wore that pick very well. Yeah. And you actually see his part of the leg brace that he has on actually comes off real quick. He runs off to fix that. Plattsburgh gets it back. 5:15 left in the fourth quarter. Possibly one of the most exciting games of lacrosse that's been a low-scoring game, to say the least. A lot of lacrosse games, and with about 20 goals between the two teams. That one would have been an offsides. They all run back. Sherwood, low pass. Murphy, another save, closing up the 5-hole. And now 3 defenders close in on what looked to be Kloss there.
Pete Mullen just throw it away. Didn't look behind him and threw it away.
Now it's going to be started again here as Mullen has it. 4:40 remains. So I may have said that wrong. I apologize. Normally in lacrosse games, there's an average of 20 goals per game. This one, a great low-scoring game, averaging together just 10.
Yeah.
Or added together. Another one goes just wide on the shot. But yeah, normally in these low-scoring games, you try to find exactly where the excitement is, and it's been in these defense, in these turnovers, these hard hits, these just following the ball very well. And that's why this game has been so exciting. Cutter down low. Looked like he had an easy chance, and he just botched it himself there as he threw it wide. Mullen able to get back. Mullen tries for the spin. Mullen hits in as he's falling to the ground and brings the Cardinals back within 1. Oswego still leads it 6-5 with 4 minutes left.
It's been a tough day for McElroy. You see, that's the second time his man has scored on him, one-on-one. The help came, just not soon enough. As Mullen scored after he was checked from the help defense. The first time Mullen wasn't when he got scored on. The first time McElroy got scored on, he wasn't ready for the whistle off the inbounds play. The second time, he just got bodied up but it was tough though. It's a tough play. These attackmen are pretty big guys.
This is going to be a very big face-off here for, I actually believe maybe Umbro may have come on for force. We'll see. O'Connor's able to get it. Quick dump pass. Oh! What a behind-the-back pass to Schaff by Petrelli. That was awesome. That's the way to start it off here. And now with the 1-goal lead and the 70-second shot clock, they can run this down to just under 3.5 remaining. Doolin's going to try to run in. Doolin has a defender draped on him, decides to go down low instead. Hofelder's going to get it on the far side here. Back over to Doolin at the X. To Bacon. Bacon loses it. Bacon can't scoop it up as he steps on the ball and falls over it. And now defender's able to scoop it up here for Plattsburgh. Now met by Shaw. Somehow Smith is able to keep possession, and Smith gets through everybody. Now Smith's going to pass back up. Down low. Hits in! A tie game. 6-6, 2 goals in just a minute for Plattsburgh. Ties it back up at 6.
That one starts with a transition offense. Kyle Smith, costly turnover there from Bacon, obviously. But Kyle Smith pounces on the ground ball, runs through the ride of the attackman from Oswego. And then it's just classic fast break offense, the triangle, the ping, 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 the 3 hit, and the goal.
So now a 6-6 game, 3:09 remains.
Great transition offense by Plattsburgh.
O'Connor trying to get there. O'Connor leaves it on the ground. No one's able to scoop it up. Finally raked through, and Petrelli ends up with it again. Petrelli's just going to run in with no one on him. Petrelli waits, gives it to Bacon. Bacon just wide. Petrelli is back, and Oswego will maintain possession. But again, transition offense. That was just Petrelli with no one on him after he got past the face-off circle and just went in. So now Oswego's able to set up their offense. 2:45 remains here in a tie game. Breathing a little heavy is everyone here as Schaff has it up top to Hofelder. Hofelder waits at the X. Tries to come in on his defender.
This is where he's dangerous.
Hofelder gives it up to Schaff. Schaff waits, spins back, he's tripped, no call. And now, I'm not sure if anyone heard the "Are you kidding me?" but right there, Schaff was tripped on the play, no call. 2:15 remains here as Plattsburgh moves into their transition offense now. 70 seconds left on their shot clock. If they hold down, would leave to a minute left. Waiting for their offense to come on here.
Not only was he tripped, but then he held his stick down as well.
Yeah, I'm very surprised with a few calls that have been that have been called today. 1:55 remains in this 6-6 tie game. Plattsburgh the one to hold now as Murphy has it on the outside. 45 seconds left on the shot clock. Mullen tries to get past. Mullen, nice spin. Force back equal to net. Mullen holds for a while. Mullen tries to bounce it, goes over the net, but good play by O'Donnell. Minute and a half left, 80 seconds left on the shot clock. If they wore it all the way down, there would be 10 seconds left. O'Donnell holds, gives it over now to McElroy. McElroy is playing great defense on that. McElroy gets it passed up, and now that pass, nice look over as it finds its way to Schultzke. Schultzke holds. And now, with a minute 05, talking about before, Oswego has not beat Plattsburgh in a game since 2009. This, their best chance to do it in a tie game, and they have offensive possession. 55 seconds left in the game. 45 seconds left for the Oswego shot clock. Bacon has it at the X as he's going to run wide. Bacon waits on it, now gives it back to the X. 30 seconds left on the shot clock for them is Doolin. Doolin waits, gives it up to Gray. Grounded it. That one goes through the net as it went on the outside. Should reset as a shot clock. We'll see what the refs call. Shot clock is going to reset, so now Oswego can hold for the last 35 seconds. Okay, wait, now a timeout called. Not really timeout, but a stoppage of play called as the refs are going to say if it was in fact a shot. All three refs do agree that it was a shot, so So 35 seconds left on the 35 seconds left in the game. The shot clock can be turned off at this point.
Yep, shot clock.
Yeah, shot clock is irrelevant now. After that counted as a shot, there would have been 10 seconds. Moving in is Holfelder. Down low, it's lost, but Gray is there. Gray spins back to his left. Gray just launches that one. But I mean, it works out for a play as you just restarted the X, so it works out.
Yeah, Oswego's firing on all cylinders now. They're not.
And now a timeout called. Very smart play.
As I was about to say, they weren't being patient with their shot selection anymore. They're firing away whenever they got open space at all. And looks like the Oswego coaching staff here is going to try to set up a final play.
24.2 seconds left, a 6-6 game. Shot clock is still on, but can virtually be turned off at this moment. The last time that Oswego had beaten Plattsburgh was April 18th, 2009, 5 days away from the 10-year anniversary. And how good would it feel for Oswego to not allow that 10-year anniversary to happen?
Oh, it'd be awesome because right now Plattsburgh has the bragging rights, and you hate when someone has bragging rights over you. And so, as we said at the beginning of this game, this is definitely a meaningful one for the coaching staff and probably the players as well who have been here for a while, the upperclassmen who have taken multiple losses to this Plattsburgh Cardinals team. So emotions are definitely running high right now, not just because of the win streak Plattsburgh has, but because of all these calls and frustrations.
Yes,
and
the
chippiness that has escalated throughout the course of the second half. It's definitely been a good one here.
So Oswego takes the field. Natural 6 on for them now is Gray, Bacon, Emerson, Schaff, Holfelder, and Doolin. Doolin, half of Oswego's goals today. And again, a tip of the cap to him on the hat trick. Now Gray is going to start it on the outside, 24.2 exactly. Gray moving past as it finds its way over to Holfelder. Holfelder holds 15 seconds left. Holfelder out the X waiting for a cutter. Holfelder with 12 seconds left. Holfelder trying to swim past. Can't find anyone to pass to. Holfelder gets it to Gray. Rips a shot, just wide. Everyone was ready to bounce there. 2 seconds remaining. Holfelder holds. Waits for the whistle now. Not sure how you're going to get it. Holfelder tried to find the cutter, and that will do it for this regular. Oh, God.
So now we're headed to overtime.
Headed to overtime.
And you saw that the play they drew up was obviously for Holfelder to draw the double behind the cage and find the open man because he's so good at it. That's the play they drew up. The double team came. The shot was there. Unfortunately, it wasn't on target.
Just sailed it. So I'm not.
Play.
I believe it is sudden death or
right. Yes.
It is a sudden death.
First
overtime.
goal wins.
This place was ready to explode on that shot with 2 seconds left. Everyone stood up.
That's tough.
Everyone was ready to explode. And just a rising shot was not able to find the back of the net. So now, as you stated before, we go to overtime. Captain's meeting at the center.
I believe it was Emerson that took that shot.
I could not see the number. There was about 3 defenders all in front of him that they were just right there in my view that I could not see who shot.
I believe that was Emerson.
If it would have went in and celebrated, I would have definitely known who it was. But I believe, like you said, Emerson was definitely, like, again, that right side that Emerson loves so much, and just sailed it.
It would only be fitting if he hit this game winner, too, with the tough day that he's had. You know, as Oswego's offensive primary player, the lead scorer on the team, just having a tough day.
So again, this is I believe that there may have been an overtime game that I called last year, but it ended in 32 seconds.
Wow.
Oswego right off. It was Oswego right off the face-off, just ran in, and I believe it was Shaw for the goal scorer, just rifled the shot right in.
Wow.
We'll see what happens again. So it was Force taking a majority of the face-offs before. Now number 40, Daniel Umbro, has taken the last few. O'Connor has won the last 2 face-offs. We'll see if it happens again.
He's done a good job today. He struggled late this season, but he's right there neck and neck with this Plattsburgh face-off player. This may be the most crucial one of the game. So
Very, very true. O'Connor across from Umbro. So there's right now 4 minutes set on the 4 minutes set for playtime. I guess either first goal or 4 minutes to end it. O'Connor trying to rake at it. O'Connor is able to rake at it, but the player back there was Justin Wise. Justin Wise is able to take it.
huge ground ball for Wise.
Players changing now. Now forced here is Mullen. Mullen waiting for his offense to start up here. They're kind of in a straight line instead of on the outside. Mullen tries to work it. Didn't like the look. Gets it back up top to Kane. Kane holds, gives it to Sherwood. Sherwood tries to spin. Sherwood falls down. Regains his composure. Charges in on the left side. To the X. Tries to shoot it. Bounces, and what a save there! Dangles has it. Or Dangler, I should say. Sorry, he's a friend of mine, so I call him Dangles. But Dangler, the one able to scoop it up, but a great defensive play. And now Oswego, a high arcing pass, and it finds its way to Dangler. Dangler with a moving pass.
Great pass from McElroy there.
That was money. That was money on the pass.
Full field clear.
Hofelder now holds it, and then gets it over to Doolin. Doolin waits for Schaaf to run on as Dangler gets a little bit of a celebration from the team there. He was hit hard and still able to stay up as well. So now Schaaf has it up top. 2.5 remains on this clock. Schaaf forced right, gets it back to Doolin. Doolin gonna run back to the neutral zone. Gets it to Hofelder. Moving passes as it gets to Doolin, and now to Schaaf. Schaaf on the right side. Spins back left. Down low is Doolin. Doolin to Gray, left it behind him. And now it's scooped up by the defense, Wise.
Gray standing in the middle in front of the crease. Lots of Plattsburgh sticks there. Costly turnover here at this point in the game for Oswego.
Passed up here. Bounces this one. See who gets there first.
McElroy's
it's McElroy. McElroy is sandwiched. And now Plattsburgh calls a timeout. After McElroy scooped that up, he was just leveled on the right side.
Yeah, credit McElroy for being brave and going in after that ground ball when there's two Plattsburgh Cardinals right there charging in at him at the same time.
So now with the timeout, there's 1:55 left, at least on that clock. So I guess it goes to a tie if not answered in the 4 minutes.
They don't do a second OT? D3?
I'd be surprised, because then they would just kind of let the clock run. If it was, you wouldn't need a clock besides a shot clock if it was a.
I believe they still do periods in OT.
Okay, very possible. Again, like I said, we never got to this. It was a 32-second overtime back when I called it, so we never got into this. So again, I'm not too sure what happens if there is, I believe that there are ties in lacrosse. So maybe it is. We'll find out if there isn't a goal scoring. That's the way we'll look at it for right now.
Yeah.
But Plattsburgh, after McElroy was leveled there. So after the answer there, just got a call down from the studio, but there will be overtimes throughout.
Yeah.
So it will be, like you said, sudden death, first goal wins it, but the clock.
In segments of periods, yes.
I guess they just change sides every 4 minutes to make it even. Yeah, we'll see. Plattsburgh going to start it off right at the brink between that neutral zone and offensive zone. Started here is Litschauer, gets it to Kane. Mullen holds. Mullen tries to spin back. Mullen forced all the way outside by McElroy. Down to the X. Waiting here is Carroll. Passes up top. Good play there as it looked it went off the leg of Klaus. Plattsburgh going to maintain possession. 50 seconds on the shot clock for them. Spins back and waits for the pick. Didn't like the look here was Carroll. Carroll spins back. Down low. Up top, Sherwood. Rips a shot. What a save by O'Donnell. And then, falls down on the play. Plattsburgh gets it back, leaves it aside to Sherwood, trying to run up here. Everyone runs over it.
No
A
push
clear
call.
there, no push call. Now going to run up here, rips a shot.
Hits the
That one
side.
goes off the post. And then running up here is Saba. Saba's forced out of bounds. That's going to go back to Plattsburgh.
So multiple Oswego bodies hit the deck, no flags or anything called. So appears they're all clean physical hits by Plattsburgh here.
Klaus was the one running, was knocked down at the start. 35 seconds left in this 4-minute overtime period. Running back to the X here with 25 seconds left now. Waiting for the pick as he comes through is Kane. Kane gives it back up. 20 seconds left now. Poked away. Able to pick it back up. Klaus playing good defense to start in this last few minutes. Gets it over to Murphy with 10 seconds left. Murphy tries to run in. Murphy's forced wide. Murphy comes in, shot. It's in! Plattsburgh able to win this game. 3 seconds left now, and that will do it. Somehow, it looked like it went off the shoulder. Oh, they're going to say no goal.
No goal.
They're going to say that looked like it touched the top of the net. The way that it was celebrated, it looked okay.
No, I didn't think that was a goal, but
I'm
you have a different angle than I do, though. So.
both. I mean, I only have the angle by about 2 inches. I couldn't really. The way it was celebrated, I went along with the celebration that it looked like I said, it went off the shoulder of O'Donnell, bounced up into the air, and looked like it went into the crease and may have touched the top of the net.
You did see the celebration from Plattsburgh there, so
It was a crease violation. It was a crease violation,
okay.
and that is why we were able to check the replay downstairs, and it
Okay.
was a crease violation called that it was knocked in by the goalie. So, considering it was already a crease violation, the play is waved dead after that.
Okay. So yeah, just it was a very close call then.
Right.
1 foot in the crease, just as the shot went off, it must have been, because that was close.
And that's why so many Oswego, that's why so many Plattsburgh players celebrate. So many Oswego players look distraught until O'Donnell sent it all the way down the field, waiting.
Yeah, it makes sense.
So that's why I was at least confused. I went along with the celebration, but I will thank the studio and the replay downstairs was able to see that it was in fact it was able to find the call on the field for me.
I mean, I couldn't tell because Plattsburgh started celebrating,
Right.
obviously, but you just saw Oswego, and they all just looked to the officials.
Yeah.
So, they didn't, hang their heads or nothing like that or start walking off the field.
So I guess of a game that was at least called a little badly for Oswego, a few missed calls for Plattsburgh side as well, but a little bit more on Oswego's side.
Yeah.
They were able to get a very lucky break coming back. So this is now the second overtime. Hopefully those are not just joining right now as we've been on for 2 hours, but a 6-6 game. Plattsburgh 2-1 in the SUNYX, trying to not get to 500. Oswego 2-0 in the SUNYX, trying to remain undefeated. Plattsburgh has not lost a game to Oswego since 2010. Trying to keep that going here. Scooped up and a good start here for Oswego. They changed sides as Petrelli's the one to run all the way in. Petrelli has Gray right next to him as he's going to toss it over, and Petrelli's able to run off now. Gray's going to wait. And now Doolin's able to run on. Schaff has it up top. Schaff waits. Then gets it over to Holfelder. Holfelder up top. 3.5 left in this second overtime. Holfelder waits. That one's going to go wide. Holfelder had the left, instead decided to bring it to his right. Did see that he had Emerson and Doolin on that right side, so a good decision to at least put a shot on. Shot clock does not reset. Kyle Bacon holds, gives it back up top to Schaff. Schaff waits, 35 seconds on the shot clock. Schaff able to get past the defender. Schaff tries to back down another defender. Schaff gives it up to Doolin. Doolin down low, rips a shot off the crossbar! Emerson had a great shot. Schaaf's able to get the rebound that goes all the way into the neutral zone. But that one right off the crossbar for Emerson. This crowd ready to explode right now. Schaaf takes in, waits for a pick by Doolin. Doolin gets it back. Doolin, Hohlfelder, down low, just wide. Gray and Emerson both there.
Not much of an angle there for Hohlfelder, but
and now a timeout called by Oswego. At least a good decision by Hohlfelder. You know that you have both Gray and Emerson there. Tough angle. Possibly, Gray knocks it in on accident. But, if you just rifle it through the crease, at least you have players there.
Yeah, the backup was there definitely. But the crossbar and the post have just been Oswego's worst enemy today. A lot of missed shots just on the pipe. So close.
As that one was not touched by the goalie, it will still remain 53 seconds left on the shot clock after the timeout. 2.5 remains on this second overtime. Now, what do you think Oswego and their coaches, what are they discussing right now?
Oh, they're looking to draw up another play and end this thing. As we said before, they've been patient with their shots all game. You can see that the overtime progresses and the intensity picks up. They're starting to rush shots a little bit more, let it fly. And, I think that maybe Oswego's trying to draw a play up, maybe with some screens or picks, whether it's behind the net with Gray or Hohlfelder, or a pick up top with Doolin. Just look for them to set something up, either draw a double team with a pick, and just stay patient like they have been all game.
Looks like they're starting wide now. Hohlfelder up top, 50 seconds on the shot clock. Schaaf going to be the one to start it up. Schaaf waits for the pick. Schaaf loses something. It looks like maybe a mouthpiece of one of the players. I do see the yellow dot, so someone lost a mouthpiece there. Play resumes. Hohlfelder to Doolin. And to Hohlfelder. Hohlfelder on the left side. 25 seconds left. Hohlfelder getting raked at. Leaves the ball on the ground. Plattsburgh gets it back. And gets it back to their goalie. Good defensive play by Plattsburgh. Get the ball free. And now one defender to the other. This one gets its way to Rupp. Rupp met by Gray. Rupp coming in now. Rupp still has it. It's not Rupp, excuse me. No, it is. These numbers kind of blended. I saw 26 and 28 at the same time. Rupp able to come in.
You didn't see much pressure there on that ride on the clear. Oswego just looking to keep all their guys back at this point in the game. Make sure, everyone's accounted for defensive end of the field.
40 seconds on the shot clock as Mullen runs back to his right. Mullen tries to spin. Defender draped on him and has to just give it back up top. Kane and now to Litchhausen. Litchhausen loses it. Seamus Burns on the rake, still on the ground. Everyone coming around, different rakes, still on the ground. And going to go Oswego ball. As I believe there was actually a rake off the ball.
Yeah.
And it would have, if you knock a player's stick out while they're not going for the ball, that is a penalty. 45 seconds and counting left in this second overtime. 65 seconds on the shot clock, so it could be turned off for Oswego. They're trying to score in this last 35 seconds of the second overtime. Hohlfelder, Doolin quick. Schaaf able to run on now. 30 seconds left. Schaaf holds up top. Runs in on the right. Tries to spin. Schaaf is held. No call. He's able to swim his arm through to Doolin. Down low to Hohlfelder. Hohlfelder at the X with 20 seconds left. Hohlfelder, wraparound, just goes through the crease. Kyle Bacon, first one back.
Hohlfelder drew the double there. Once again, he's so good at it.
Bacon to Schaaf. 15 seconds now. Doolin back up top. Doolin tries to charge in right on the defender. Doolin spins back. Fakes the spin with 7 seconds left. Gets it to Bacon. Bacon! That one just goes wide. 2.9 seconds left. See, Gray's going to start it at the X. See if he can get a moving target. That one's actually knocked off by a defender, and it's scooped up with no time left. So we will go to a third overtime.
Bonus lacrosse.
Excuse me.
More of it.
Already played 60 minutes, now 68 in the books, and still no score.
Yeah, I mean, it's been tough. Both teams, or especially Oswego, I should say, has gotten a lot of shots on cage. They're just not falling. They're hitting posts. They're going just a couple inches to the left, a couple inches to the right. But both offenses have turned it over as well. You saw Hofelder get checked, lose the ball. You saw the rake for Plattsburgh when they lost the ball over here. So a combination of turnovers, missed shots on cage, and a lot more saves for Oswego, though, I got to say.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, O'Donnell has 100% been on, but like you said, 26 shots on goal, 20 saves for O'Donnell. He has played out of his mind today, and Oswego definitely wants to get him the win.
I mean, you look at the shots on goal, Plattsburgh with 26, Oswego with 15. So the shooting percentage is there for Oswego, and it's like we said before, they've been staying patient with their offense. And it kind of looks like in these overtimes, as the intensity picks up, they're starting to stray away from that patience. So after this face-off, if Oswego gets the ball, look for them to hold out and really wear the shot clock down before they get a good look.
O'Connor's still on, and Daniel Umbro comes on again. O'Connor 1 for 2 in the overtime on the face-offs.
It's been neck and neck at the X today.
Ball is placed. This will be the third 4-minute overtime. O'Connor against Umbro. O'Connor tries to rake out it. It's out. Petrelli can't get it at first. Petrelli's finally able to get it. Petrelli, ill-advised pass, and it's immediately scooped up off the ground by Carroll. Carroll coming in, tries to spin. Mullen met by 3 defenders. Mullen met by 4 defenders as he shouldered down. Plattsburgh calls another timeout.
The coaching staff for Oswego's livid.
Yeah. I believe, I'm not too sure, but that was just an ill-advised pass as Petrelli, he did see a player in the middle, but number 12 there, Jake Carroll, was right there to scoop up the pass off the scoop up the ball off the bounce.
Yeah, and credit this Lakers defense for pressuring Jack Mullen when he caught the ball just over the crease. Credit this Lakers defense for not allowing him to get a shot off or even turn his body to look at the goal. You saw Plattsburgh call that timeout because Mullen was just triple teamed and jacked up by 3 Oswego defensemen. So good recovery by the defense, but they're going to have to hold real strong now.
We've had 8 extra minutes of play here. This is now the 3rd overtime. We're in WTOP-10's broadcast of this SUNY Oswego men's lacrosse game as they take on the Plattsburgh Cardinals. Game that we're looking good, up 6-4 with 7 minutes left. 2 goals in just a minute of play in the 4th and 3rd minute. And that is where we are now at the score, 6-6. Plattsburgh to start it up on their offense after a steal.
Yeah, what up, Murph?
Starting to the outside and now to the X here is Wolf. Wolf defended. Wolf, it's knocked down. Burns tries to rake at it. Playing all the way through, it's scooped up, rips a shot, it's in! That's the game! Plattsburgh, as they charge the field, able to come back and take it in this 3rd overtime.
Jake Carroll just finds the ground ball, turns around and gives O'Donnell a quick surprise.
And now the team comes on to support O'Donnell. O'Donnell, 20 saves in this game. Can't knock how great he played.
But
unfortunately, the last goal is the one that counts. And Plattsburgh continues their reign of terror over Oswego, making it 10 straight wins for them.
This might be the toughest loss of all the 10 wins, though. I doubt any of them have gone to 3 overtimes like this. Awesome game today, awesome bonus lacrosse. Just tough for the Lakers. As you know, this was just a hockey play.
Yeah, that was, really, That ball knocked around a few times. It was kicked forward. Looked like it should have been a hopeful pickup for Kevin O'Donnell. And it stopped about a foot and a half in front of the crease where
Carroll.
waiting at the X was Carroll, able to scoop it up nicely, and Carroll puts it in.
Yeah, Carroll's kind of had a quiet game today, but he makes the final one count. Just 1 assist in the first half and a game winner in the second.
The Plattsburgh now 3-1 in the SUNYAC division. Oswego falls to 2-1 in the SUNYAC division. And that is pretty much all we have tonight. An unfortunate loss for the Lakers in triple overtime as Plattsburgh comes into Oswego and takes the game. Thank you for listening and watching here on WTOP-10.
Hey, that suntan lotion's a gift for you.
Yeah. I'll take